it's really important for the Toowoomba region in a couple of areas because at the moment there's about 20% of all freight movements between Melbourne and Brisbane is done on rail, and we can see that increasing to 50%, especially if ASIANO starts to develop their national strategy and do use Charlton as one of their intermodal hubs.
So this announcement, how will it impact on Toowoomba as far as what will people physically see here?
Well, what we've got out at Charlton is a 200-hectare site with about 3 kilometres of rail siding. So we'll be able to accommodate any of those commodities, the larger movements between, the west and Brisbane, the Port of Brisbane, but more so it'll create a whole heap of new jobs in the region, which I think is going to be a great thing.
That particular site has been on the books for some time. Is this the first big company to show interest?
No, not at all. We've got a number of international companies looking at Toowoomba as a facility, and it makes sense because their workers are only going to be a few minutes from work, and it's short distances for their workers to travel to work, and it's just located in a great region, and wages are not cheap, but wages are more affordable in the Toowoomba region than maybe in the capital cities. So I think from a large company's point of view, I think Toowoomba makes sense from an economic point of view for them, certainly.
Is all the infrastructure ready and waiting, or is there still more to be done?
There's still more to be done, but the new intersection at Seggers Road and the Warrego Highway is just about complete. So, that's been a major milestone. We've been waiting for that for a couple of years. The DA for this particular site was released a couple of weeks ago. We're starting on the operational works drawings now to get the project to the next step. And with the tenants that we currently have in place or waiting for our operational works process to come through council, it's really quite an exciting time out there. And with these large companies comes lots of other opportunities as well.
With this particular announcement of ASIANO looking at Toowoomba in their international, or national, I should say, intermodal hub strategy, are you able to say what other companies are interested as well?
I'd love to, but I can bundle them up as logistical type companies. So anyone looking to move freight from Brisbane to Darwin to Melbourne to Sydney, all around the country, all those sorts of businesses are looking at this intermodal hub.
Of course, Toowoomba has been a big centre for the trucking industry for quite some time. Why has it taken until now for this intermodal hub, do you think?
Oh, look, it's really a federal government question, that one. If the federal government, and I know Warren Truss will be up in Toowoomba in the next couple of weeks. He's been a great supporter of this type of project, not just in Toowoomba, but all around the country. And if Warren gets behind it and you get a lot of that government support, and the government do need to tip in quite a lot of money, I think it's somewhere around the vicinity of $10 billion for the project between Melbourne and the Port of Brisbane. And also there's that western line that needs to come in as well, and that will link everything up to the Port of Brisbane from our point of view.
If that rail line, though, goes through Warwick, for example, will that squash the intermodal hub in Toowoomba, or will it still be able to go ahead with road freight?
No, look, I think the beauty about these intermodal hubs is it's not just rail focused. Some of the logistical companies I've spoken to, they're very keen to see it happen because then they turn their long haul into short hauls. So, they might have their drivers drive for, 2 or 3 hours instead of 8 to 10 hours at a time. So I think that's a really good thing. And it'll bring both road and rail together through an intermodal hub.
So when do you think this project will be complete, from the point of view of that Charlton infrastructure, etc.?
Look, I think it's a 10-year process, but certainly next year you'll see a lot of activity out that side of town. We already have with the FKG project and also the Wagner Airport project. So I think, with such a lot of money being spent locally from private companies on infrastructure programs, I think that will bring more and more people to Toowoomba, and also that'll see our real estate market jump ahead in leaps and bounds. So I think it's just a great thing for the community, Belinda.